Hey, what's up, traders? All right, so to watch this video for, I can't believe it's Friday already, Friday, March 27th. Another massive move in the SPY. I think that, I don't know what the Dow was up, over 1,000 points though. Really nice rebound. Keep in mind, we still haven't quite gotten to the falling 20-day moving average. I don't know if that means we stall there, roll over. Who knows? This is, again, unprecedented times. None of us have ever seen, a scenario like this, a pandemic, right? Not with modern day trading at the same time. So just be careful out there. There's some really nice moves going on. I'm going to slide this chart over now. This was, for those of you that didn't make it into chat today, I took one screenshot to show this. You can see my fill at 687. Hats off to Keith, by the way, from Ireland. He just recently joined. Then he bought the course, and I posted in chat, or I said over the mic, actually. I said over the mic, hey, this as this was coming down, I said, hey, this Tilray, TLRY, possible whole number flush kind of 80s pullback play. One of the setups we teach in the course. It was actually right in the middle, I believe, of the twos buy zone, if I'm not mistaken, right? I had a bid at 687. I got filled. It only went to 685. So, talk about nailing it. But after I said that over the mic, before I got filled, I look up in chat and I realized Keith, who's just, a little bit into the course because he just bought it, posted that same idea. I love that. That means somebody is actually studying and spotted a setup that we teach and posted it in chat. Now, having said that, Keith, if you're watching this video, I would prefer, I thought that was amazing, and it's cool to see students, learning the setups and posting them, but I would prefer you don't worry about posting stuff in chat yet. I really want you to focus on nailing your entries and that sort of thing, but it was still cool, all right? Anyway, the better post on this, or the better idea, was right here. I posted, actually I was on the mic, because in the first hour and a half of the day, I'm always on the mic, don't have time to type stuff, called Tilray, 650 seller, which was basically a flag break, a lot of shorts in the name, after a gap up, and it was beautiful. Look at that 650 grab. Wayne actually got filled right at 650, just nailed it, and you can see it went up to 970. So that's $3.20 move on a 650 basis. That's so basically 50% move in one day, and never underwater after the entry. So, but this was cool because it gave two, and then actually I would say a third setup, a 560 touch later in the day too. But for those of you that were there, you saw that. Anyway, what are we watching for tomorrow? Oh, another one real quick, just to prove. I know a lot of people watch these videos that aren't members. And I'm so big on process, and Wayne keeps preaching process. He does so much that we talk about it enough that you start to see guys running other chat rooms using words like inflection points and process and all the same lingo. It's kind of funny because it's spreading, and I think a lot of people, even other chat room runners, are learning stuff from our free webinars. And if nothing else, makes you proud. But the process, as Wayne talks about, is way more important than position size or anything else. Just follow the process. Wait for A+ setup. So I'm going to show you NCLH. Hold on, I've got after hours on there. We don't want that because it kind of jacks up the chart. So NCLH, look at this. It opened here today. I'm showing you 5-minute candles. So yesterday tops out at 18. We love whole number inflection points. Well, from yesterday and then this morning, you could argue you've got a fairly clean little cup and handle. And I had to walk out of the office. I had something going on, and I said, hey, guys, I like this through 18. Not just because there's a seller on the tape and it's a cup and handle break, but also it's a 2-day high break. And other cruise lines were strong. So, and I come back to the office, and it looks about like, it looks like this. It was up a buck from my call, never underwater. And I got a lot of thank yous. And by the way, it went up over 20. So it was up $2.28 a share from the entry without ever being read. Now, yes, it rolled over later, but we always say we're day traders. That's why we rent them. Another kind of easy money trade. And of course, it ended ugly, but you know what? That's exactly why I'm a day trader. The whole time the SPY was doing this, I'm just logging in every day and making money, with the exception of a couple of days, right? I'm just making money every day, even though the market's getting decimated. So it's exactly why I love day trading. I love the teamwork in chat. What are we watching for tomorrow? I like to share. I like to put some education in these videos because it is all about the process. You will never log into the room and the opening bell rings, and Wayne goes, "I'm long XYZ," and then everyone piles in. Or I go, "I'm long XY." We don't do that. We talk about the setups ahead of time. Here's what we're watching. If this happens, this is where we're getting long. All right. So just be careful out there, because there's a lot of rooms that advertise like crazy, and you join and they say, "I'm long XYZ," and then it literally musical chairs. Great. You might make $5,000 on your first trade because there's enough momentum behind it. If that guy gets hit by a truck the next day, where are you? Our business model is we want you to learn to trade whether or not we're alive or dead, right? That's our goal, is to teach you to actually trade and spot these setups. So something to think about. If you really have passion about this and you want it to be your career, and I got into a little bit of a diatribe yesterday because I was basically telling people, look, if you don't wake up and live, eat, and breathe day trading, if it's not your complete goal, if you look at day trading and you say, I might give day trading a try, don't freaking buy our course, because it's not a passion of yours. It has to be a passion, right? For me, it was a passion. There was nothing going to get in between me and becoming a day trader. You guys know my story. Most of you do. I won't tell it again here, but there was nothing that was going to stop me, right? I knew it's the life I wanted. And by the way, it's as good of a life as I ever imagined. And for me, it's not about the money. It's about the freedom. It's about working from home, which, by the way, in this day and age is the perfect job, right? Talk about social distancing. So, if it's not a total passion of yours, what did I say in the webinar last night? If, that's like me saying, yeah, maybe I'll be a veterinarian, right? I have zero interest in giving a hysterectomy to a horse. So that's not something you go into and say, yeah, maybe I'll do that. That sounds terrible to me. So if you're considering a chat room, you're considering a course, mine or anybody else's, make sure it's something that you have a passion for. Make sure it's something that a life you want to pursue. Otherwise, don't piss your money away and buy a membership in a chat room, any chat room, or any trading course if it's just a passive, maybe that'll be fun. No, it's got to be a passion. All right, I've driven that into the ground. BSGM, certainly ahead of itself because it's up 3 days in a row, but massive volume today, so it could catch some attention. Maybe a follow-through day tomorrow. I never want to teach people to chase, so it's way ahead of itself, but I have seen charts like this that the next day maybe it gaps down a little bit, goes sideways, and then you get the whole number inflection point through 6 with yesterday's high, which would be today, just above, right? So you still might get a great setup. And again, I keep saying I'm a day trader, so I'm going to have it on watch. Tilray, I already showed you the setups it gave. By the way, look at this bounce off the 562. That was like the third setup. 1 was the flag break. 2 was the whole number flush right into the 2's buy zone. And for me, which I didn't catch this one, I saw it right after it bounced, but look at that 560 touch. Anyway, this one and all the other pot stocks, massive volume today and pretty strong days, although they closed kind of weak, but we're going to watch them tomorrow. So this is Tilray's the one I've chosen as far as pot stocks go. GPMT, massive volume, massive move, but well off its highs, probably in the lower half of its range, so I don't love it, but we'll watch it. BLPH, kind of a sleeper pick, but had this, it was 26 a few days ago. Big bounce yesterday. I think I called it through 950 yesterday, and it went to 1350 almost. Quiet inside day today. Today's high 1220. So this is another example. Maybe we'll get a quiet range and then a whole number inflection point through 12, knowing that yesterday's high is 1220, and then above that maybe it makes a run at this spike from yesterday as well. So kind of a sleeper pick, but we're going to watch it. Berg, big volume today. Penny stock, I'm not in love with these. And as I'm looking at after hours, I don't know if they had bad news. 62 cents is where it closed, so probably won't be trading this one. Just noticed that, but I'll have it on a chart. KBH is a home builder. I don't love this chart. Looks like it's actually come up into the sell zone and rolling over. Got that topping tail going on. But in after hours, I think they had earnings, and it ended up in after hours at 20.79. Today's high was 27.4. So maybe 20.74. So maybe it's going to open near yesterday's high. And home builders probably have a lot of shorts in them. So if this one does get going and it doesn't give an A+ setup, we'll certainly look to the other home builders as well for sympathy. 8HPI, I did make a call on this one today. I didn't realize how thin it was at the time. I think maybe through 14. And I think I made like $1,000 on this one. I nailed it through 14. but it happened pretty quick. So I'm sure most people, oh yeah, because it was a 2-day high break. Remember, yesterday's high was 14, and this thing ended up going to 18. Unfortunately, I sold it all into this rally, and I was watching it here, took my eyes off it. I love this through this flag break, and I didn't get it. So I left more money on the table by missing this move than I made here. But absolutely gonna watch this one tomorrow. Very nice bounce. Been watching it for days. If you watch my videos, it's a thin stock, and they actually make literally pandemic type respirators. With the whole I want to say with the whole oxygen thing. And I think those are in big need, especially New York City's in kind of dire straits right now. So this one might have a follow-through day. Let's keep our eyes on AHPI. Gonna watch Kroger, KR, nice bounce today. We talked about having this one on bounce watch, and it had a nice bounce. NVAX, talked about having this one on bounce watch, and notice, topped out right at 13. I love this through 13 tomorrow. Yesterday's high, 13.13, as another potential catalyst. Pretty neat setup through 13 tomorrow on NVAX. TDOC had this on bounce watch, and it gapped up. And actually, late in the day, I mentioned, I think I typed in the chat, TDOC intraday cup and handle. You see it right here? Cup, handle. I did not trade this because, again, I was kind of sidetracked, but got this big late day move and got a few thank yous. Hey, Mike, thank you for the TDOC mention. I didn't give a trigger and stop idea, but I pointed out the cup and handle. And that's actually a really like almost maybe a $5 move there. So I was glad some of you got that. Apron, let's go back to the daily here. Apron, APRN, did have a nice bounce off the 8-day. Actually had a pretty strong move, but closing well off its highs. Maybe a follow-through day on that bounce tomorrow. And WTRH tends to run with APRN. Nice call by Kevin M in the chat room today. When we saw Apron running, Kevin M said, I like WTRH over $1.20. I actually got filled at $1.20. Thank you, Kevin. And it had a huge move. And it closed fairly strong, so we're going to watch that one as well. We'll add gappers to this list as well. Let's keep that teamwork going, guys. We're killing it. And we'll see you in chat tomorrow.